many people that are attached to this case that have mental disorders because she claims to be a Munchausen by proxy case. So just that right there is going to attract people that have been abused, people that have mental disorders, people that have, relatives that have been unalived. So there's so many different people from different walks of life that are invested in this case. And if you look at the personality of people with these kinds of disorders and the type of behaviors that they display, that's why we see a lot of the bullshit that we see in this community.
Right. And a lot of people aren't trained in seeing what mental disorders look like or understand how they work. And stuff can be, if you're properly diagnosed and treated and medicated according to or therapist doing what a doctor or a therapist tells you to do, you're fine. It's when you step off of you get off of a med that you should have and you decide to do gardening and you don't know where that garden grew and you start getting all kinds of stuff. And it seems like everybody's competing to be ahead of the mentally challenged group. I don't know, because it's horrible. It's bad.
Well, you also have to take into account too that every single time that, people check their social media and they check their inbox and they check their likes, it becomes addictive because it's a real big dopamine rush. And so every time that you're doing this, you're just flooding your brain with dopamine repeatedly, repeatedly, repeatedly. And that's how these apps become addictive. You know what I mean? And it's these individuals that have these kind of disorders, unfortunately, there's nothing that is going to inhibit people that have these disorders to be able to get on these types of social media platforms and put their thoughts out there.
You're
This one
right.
right here is one of the most regulated ones out there, and people are still flying off the hinges and doing all kinds of crazy stuff. Imagine what it would be like if TikTok was TikTok with like the kind of free speech that X has.
Right.
Dude, it'd be off the damn chain over here.
Well, we got a lot of people, if you just don't even know who to believe, just if you can't tell who to believe, shut it down. And then maybe go revisit it in like maybe a week or so that you can see clear. Because being in the middle of drama, like you said, it's a rush. Like this, everything's popping off. You go from one lie to the other lie. You get this over here, you get that over there, and then it's a rush for somebody who's sitting at the house and don't have shit to do. It's giving them an interactive soap opera. It's a game.
Yep, that's 100% true. That's why we trying to get involved with any of it. I'm up here really to support Sparky and Mimi, and with all the BS that went down over all of this, all the drama and everything, and the blame shifting and all that, because I really feel like there's too many people on this app with these disorders that are, they're very conniving, very manipulative, and they're able to take advantage of people's emotional state, especially whenever there's like a big idea behind it, like the billboards. That's how they got me,
Right.
you know? And so people want to get involved and, and thinking that, all right, we're going to get something done. We're going to do something. And then you see how this turns out. And then it turns out to make, an ass out of almost everybody that was involved,
Right.
and it's really sad.
Now they're just unhinged because now they're out of control because they don't like the image that's being portrayed. Now they want to holler and hoop and run around and fix it. There's nothing to fix. We got to figure out how to move on because now that we know this number isn't even real. When she came back, she already said she was on spaceships and wherever she was. It didn't sound like swatted. So whatever happened at her house, it didn't keep her off this app. You have to look at that. If your house got swatted, as if you say, there's nothing that y'all can say that will have me sneaking or trying to get back on this app because that's serious. Police don't let you Why would somebody let you get back on an app that's causing you harm to your real life? I ain't even talking about what you got going on your panel. That's not. You got to think if that went on. First off, there's a police record, and you can probably look up the town where they are and find the incident. But let's say it didn't happen. Now what? So you just saw somebody just fall out, roll on the floor, holler that their house was swatted. And then you saw them get up and say, "Oh, my bad, not swatted, maybe squatted." They changed the rules. So what do you as an adult? No, I'm not going to let you feed me this lie. Tell your friends that. Tell your followers that. But you ain't finna get me. Now I see where you're coming from. You tell stories and you're hanging with other ones that tell it. And now y'all are bouncing off each other. So I can't hang with none of y'all if I want to stay clear of drama.
See, Hannah, I'm so glad that we were able to reconcile because,
We
man,
didn't fall out.
well, no, well, you know what I'm saying. That born on the bayou got us, and
Hannah.
that woman. Okay, but yeah, like, see, this is why I really enjoy listening to you because you're so educated and you are able to see through a lot of the bullshit and you don't hold back. And I just really, really love that about you, Hannah.
Because we gotta push. We're a community. We cannot keep fighting each other. That we can't do that because now other communities are looking at us. They're like, "What the fuck is wrong with y'all?" Well, I'm fine, but my friends over here, get up. Like, I don't know. We got to stop. If nobody stops it, it's going to continue. Somebody's going to get hurt, and that's the part that I'm afraid of.
Yeah,
Like,
I agree.
yeah, it's too far. And then I just thought about this. This case where we're looking at the David person, that's our opportunity to reach out to those younger viewers and tell them that this stuff is not okay. Now it's time for us to educate them because I've been going on looking at their panels and stuff. They need us. And if we're here to do what we say we're here to do, we need to be reaching out to the youth. And they're here now. Now we're colliding. True crime is colliding. We're getting thrown into this case. Everybody, the young and the old.
Yeah, you're correct on that, Hannah. I definitely agree with that because you see a lot of younger kids on the lives for David, and
Hmm.
they need that older perspective in there, that more experienced perspective. I absolutely agree.
Well, this is our time. So we got to stop fighting. Everybody's not meant to go on our journey. And that's something I had to learn because I miss having a panel. I miss being able to sit and talk with other people. But I know when you tell me if you tell me you're not a creator and I see you creating drama, you are a creator. You're just a creator that creates drama.
Correcto mundo.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm gonna
But
rechange my name in a week to instead of from Chewy for president, I'm gonna change it to Hannah for president.
Uh-uh. 'Cause I done told
and
y'all
guys, for anyone that does not believe me, exposing made it up. No one ever went to her house. Call the number on the screen. That is supposedly exposing phone.
But does she don't live in
Phone
Germany,
number.
does she?
no.
Nah, she sounds like she's from Jersey.
Yeah. I do love her accent though. Look, she does have a cute accent.
Yeah, maybe she's from Boston.
Boston.
Well, I just hate that we all y'all got caught up. I ain't accepting. I didn't do it. But nothing's gone so far that they can't come back from it. Like we got to keep moving.
I'm
Cause
eating some tangy oranges.
We're about to be 3 months into bullshit. 3 months. That's too long. Anybody?
Has it been that long?
Hell yeah. Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes. We started in June.
And is that when the emails came out?
They started coming out in June. Yeah.
Yeah, and see, and you notice all the emails that started to come out, and then all this drama started to pop off to try to distract everybody. And see, that's why I can get down that that CJB comedy. There was a lot of stuff
Yeah.
that he was talking about with a lot of these big creators and stuff. I'm not going to say their name because some people, are, like I said, are emotionally attached, and some people like worship some of these people, which is kind of weird. But like a lot of these big content creators, CJB Comedy was making a claim that a lot of them are double agents and they work for the Blanchards and stuff like that. And the more and more I see a lot of this bullshit that pops off with correlating with certain documents being released and just all of this stuff, man, it really does seem like a big distraction. And it really does make me believe that a lot of these other content creators that have been around for a while are working closely with the Blanchards, trying to stir up drama and just make people that are trying to put the truth out look crazy and look just ignorant as hell. You know what I'm saying?
They're not working with the Blanchards. They're working with Christy. Christy is the one. And if y'all she makes me mad. Christy herself admitted that she's dyslexic and I don't think she graduated high school. And she's out here leading y'all into hell over some damn drama. I think she's promising them like stardom, or they're gonna get famous or something. But when she got up there that day and said that everybody needs to love one another, call me. You can call me. Call you for what? Kindergarten lessons? I will not. Like, everybody, a friend to everyone is a friend to none. And when she was saying that, I'm like, what the fuck? So this blank person who is not educated keeps running out. No, y'all, we got to be smarter than that. That's crazy. She can't tell me shit. Except for how does she clean the internet like that? There's like 2 pictures you can find on Christy. She knows how to scrub the internet. She needs to offer a class or something. Because she's really good at it.
Well, she got Mike Stanfield.
Mike ain't did that. Christy did that. You got the only picture that comes up is her and Rod in a bikini, and it's got a cross on it. It's
I'll
like,
tell you
ladies,
this
sit
much.
down.
Anytime I post stuff on here that has to do with Gypsy, well, obviously that's pretty much all I post on here. But anything, like, everybody is postable except for Mike Stanfield. Every single time I or Rose post Mike Stanfield, it gets flagged. And then we
Really?
get a strike. Yep, every single one.
That's
And it could just be
crazy.
his picture.
No, I just posted one.
Like,
Let me tell you.
okay, go ahead, babe.
Look, I just posted like maybe a month and a half ago. It was probably around Gypsy's birthday. It was 2 little boys. It's black and white photo. It looks like an old photo, and it's just talking about integrity. And it's not even a picture of Mike Stanfield. It's 2 little boys just talking about doing the right thing because it's the right thing to do. And what I put on there was Mike Stanfield could learn a thing or two from these little boys, or these little boys or something, right? And the day Gypsy went live with Bree, I had my profile public, so I guess somebody, when I was in the live, I guess they were like screening all the people, and they went to my profile, and then they started and maybe it was Mike Stanfield, I don't know, but that was the only video that got violated that said Mike Stanfield. It was the weirdest thing. And it didn't even have a picture of Mike Stanfield on there. I was just saying Mike Stanfield could learn integrity from these little gentlemen. You know what I mean?
Right.
And violated. But of course I appealed it, and of course I got it back. So ha ha ha.
But like I was saying, it doesn't matter what the picture's about. If it's Mike Stanfield, it gets violated.
It's wild. I wonder if he has like a PR team working for him alone.
Or maybe he has more to lose than than anybody in the case besides Gypsy.
Well, my speculation is that a lot of these individuals that had to do with the prosecution and the defense, um, all of them, from the judge, prosecutor, maybe even like the mayor, you know what I'm saying, the DA, whatever. I think a lot of these individuals could have possibly been tied to VisionCon and a lot of the debauchery that was going on at VisionCon, which is why Stanfield was assigned to her. Like the moment that she got arrested over in Wisconsin, like Stanfield was already